If you're running Google Ads, whether you're experienced or just starting out, you've probably seen these recommendations pop up. Some of them look pretty tempting. You might think, this could boost my sales and performance. But before you hit apply, please watch this video first. I'll guide you through which recommendations are actually worth it and which ones you can skip. Let's dive in. After years of running Google Ads for our e-commerce clients, we've learned which Google recommendations actually work. And we've learned which ones are just empty promises. Let's talk about the first one that I absolutely recommend applying to your account: adding assets to your ads. If your responsive search ads just include the minimum number of headlines and descriptions, it's time to make an update. Or maybe you've skipped over adding extra assets like structured snippets and pricing. Google's going to suggest that you add more of these, and trust me, it's worth it. By adding extra headline variations and descriptions, you give Google more options to test. This means better optimizations and a higher chance of finding the winning combinations for your audience. So what's the key benefit here? Well, when you add in extra assets, it means your ad takes up more space in the search results, which often results in a higher click-through rate. More headlines, more descriptions, and the right assets in place give you a better shot at getting a better conversion rate. And here's the best part: there's no downside. These assets boost performance by giving Google more variations to test and automatically show what works best. The time that you spend doing this is nothing compared to the returns that you're going to get by adding in these assets. So add those assets, it's a no-brainer, it'll pay off. All right, the next recommendation you're gonna see, which we completely agree with, is fixing your disapproved products. Here's what that really means. You've got products in your shopping campaigns and your Performance Max campaigns that are disapproved in Google Merchant Center. And if your products are disapproved in Merchant Center, they're not going to show in your ads. No visibility means no clicks, no sales, and no revenue. So here's what you need to do. Head over to Google Merchant Center and go to the Needs Attention tab. Start resolving these product issues right now. Even if you've got the perfect campaign set up, none of that matters if your products are disapproved. It's like setting up your storefront, turning on all the lights, but keeping your door locked shut. Now, if you're not sure on how to fix those product disapprovals, we actually have a full video showing you how to do it, and we also make videos on each different product disapproval and how to fix each one. I'll leave a link down below, go and check it out, and that'll help you get these sorted. Another recommendation that Google might make, which I completely agree with, is to include the actual search terms that your customers are using. It might sound obvious, but it's surprisingly easy to miss. Luckily, Google will flag this for you if you've missed it. To avoid this, I recommend breaking out your keywords, even if it means creating extra ad groups. Make sure that each ad group is focused on a single keyword or a tightly related cluster. Avoid stuffing loosely related keywords into one ad group. But why does this matter? Because it lets you align three key elements: the keyword you're targeting, the user's search query, and the actual language in your ad headline. When your ad, landing page, and offer are all aligned, it clicks. The message feels perfectly matched, your click-through rate goes up, and your visitors are far more likely to convert. They see your ad and immediately think, this is exactly what I need. With this structure, your ad copy will naturally include your keywords. Another recommendation you need to apply is using your conversion data to build customer match lists. If you're not doing this already, you're missing out on an extremely powerful way to improve your targeting and your performance. This is especially important for Performance Max campaigns. Here's why it matters. Uploading a list of the past customers to your store helps Google learn who your ideal buyers are using first-party data. It uses machine learning to find similar high-intent users that are much more likely to convert. This helps Google's algorithm make better bidding, targeting, and creative decisions when it runs your ads. It's especially important for automated campaigns like Performance Max, where data drives performance. With Customer Match, you can re-engage past buyers with upsells, new arrivals, or special offers, exclude existing customers from acquisition campaigns to save budget, speed up optimization in new campaigns by providing Google with clear signals of your best converters. So once your store starts getting consistent orders, make it a priority to keep your customer match list updated. Link them to your campaign, especially your Performance Max campaigns. Doing this so that you can feed that data into Google's model to help it learn and scale. By the way, if you're not sure how to create a customer match list in Google Ads for your e-commerce store, we actually have a full video that shows you exactly how to do this. I'll leave a link to that down below. The last Google Ads recommendation that I want to recommend for you guys is fixing your disapproved assets. If Google flags your ad or your assets as disapproved, then you really need to go and fix it. I recommend addressing this as soon as possible. In responsive search ads, you want to have as many live headlines, descriptions, and assets as possible. The more options that Google has to test, the better chance that you have of finding those winning combinations that work well with your audience. So go ahead and fix those disapproved assets and get them live on your ads. Also, don't let these disapproved assets sit too long being disapproved in your account. If you do, you could start facing account level issues. In the worst case, it could mean that your Google Ads account actually gets suspended. While it's rare, with just a few disapproved assets, it can happen. It's best to keep things clean and avoid giving Google any reason to ban your account. All right, now I'm going to move on to Google Ads recommendations that you need to be very careful about approving. These are the sort of recommendations where you don't just click apply and then move on. You have to stop, evaluate them, and decide if it makes sense to click apply on this recommendation based on your store, your account, and the goals and data that you're working with. Some of them may help, but a lot of them are actually just going to hurt your performance and your profits. So let's dive into the ones that I usually don't recommend applying and why. The first one that you'll often see most commonly is to add broad match keywords. This is one that you really have to think twice about applying. When my team and I set up a campaign for an e-commerce store, we usually just stick to exact match or phrase match keywords. We don't touch broad match unless we're getting very low search volume for our other keywords. And even then, we're very cautious. Once the campaign is performing well and we've built up a solid baseline, then we might consider testing broad match, but not before. Here's why. Broad match keywords can easily tank a well-performing campaign. It can trigger your ads for search terms that have nothing to do with what you're actually selling. And when your budget starts going towards these irrelevant clicks, your performance drops fast. Now, Google wants you to use broad match because it gives them more flexibility when they show your ads across all the different searches. And yes, in some cases, it can bring in more volume and actually generate more profits. But it's not always a win. So we're saying be cautious with this one. The second optimization that I want you to be really careful of, guys, is optimizing your budget. Now, Google wants you to get better results, and that's better for your store. But when they ask you to increase your spend, it's really important that you stop and ask yourself why. While increasing your budget can improve the performance and the visibility, it's not always the best thing to do. Take a step back and decide, does this decision actually align with my campaign's goals? More budget doesn't automatically mean better results. If your campaign isn't optimized and it isn't profitable, adding more budget into it doesn't actually get you better results. You're just going to spend more money and maybe get the same ROAS, which might actually be losing you money. Google wants you to spend more money because they make more money, so be really careful. Ask yourself, is this recommendation based on solid data, or does Google just want me to spend more money? Here are a few questions to ask yourself before you actually scale a campaign and increase the budget. First, are your ads aligned with what your audience is searching for? If your ad copy doesn't resonate or your ads aren't on point, no amount of budget increase is going to fix that. Is your landing page optimized to convert? If it's not user-friendly or relevant, the perfect campaign isn't going to fix it. Are you targeting the right people? Broad targeting can lead to irrelevant clicks, which is just going to waste your ad spend. Is your conversion tracking set up correctly? Without accurate tracking, you won't actually know what's driving the sales. And finally, are you using the right bidding strategy? Using a bidding strategy that just gets a lot of clicks may not be the best. It's just going to use up all your budget when you increase the budget. We recommend using the automated bidding strategies like the target ROAS, maximize conversions, or target CPA. These let Google's AI adjust the bids in real time based on the people that are more likely to convert. This will help you drive better results that match your goals. To explain this further, let's say that you're spending $500 a month on your Google Ads and you're generating $2,500 in sales. That's a 5x ROAS. If you raise your budget to $2,500, your return on ad spend might actually drop down to 3 or 4x. But that still means $7,500 to $10,000 in sales, which is a big jump from before. So even if the return isn't as high as before, 5x, the increased revenue may still be worth it if you're still profitable. But if you're already starting with a low ROAS of say 0.5 or 1, increasing the budget isn't going to help. Spending 5 to 10 times more is just going to amplify what's not working. It's not going to magically turn around this campaign. You need to stop, optimize this campaign, fix what's not working before you expand that campaign and increase the budget. Now, Google's going to often tell you to increase your budget. They want you to spend more money, we're very, very cautious of their recommendations. Just because Google suggests it doesn't mean it's the right decision for your store. Make sure that you're scaling smart, not just reacting to quick fixes or assumptions. This kind of strategic, data-driven approach is exactly how we do things in the KeyCommerce Academy. We help store owners like you master the ins and outs of scaling profitably on Google Ads. That way, every dollar you spend on Google Ads goes towards good data, scaling those campaigns, and making more profits. So if you're looking to get a deeper understanding of how to scale your Google Ads profitably for your e-commerce store, check out the link below to the KeyCommerce Academy. And that's it for this video, guys. If you have any Google recommendation you're seeing that you're not sure of, drop it down below. We'd love to give our insights. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Make sure to click here for the next video in the free course, and I'll see you there.